So sitting comfortably, use a block if you need to, stretch the legs out if you need to. Either way, in our starting position, if you like. So cross legs, backs of the wrists onto the knees, index fingers and the thumbs linking up, chin slightly tucked in, and starting with eyes closed. A wonderful way to connect with the body. Go and observe the movement of the ribs as you breathe in and out. Feel some weight on the outer edges of your feet if you're in cross legs position. And then the sitting bones, backs of the wrists, retract the chin in a little bit so the back of the neck straightens out. Slow, deep breaths. Fill up the lungs fully to the top before you breathe out. One more, right to the top. Then you gently open your eyes. We start with working with the neck a little bit. Your chin towards the right shoulder. Come back to the center. And chin towards the left shoulder. Go as far as you can. Coming back to the center. Tuck the chin to the chest. Then slowly lift your face up towards the ceiling. Let the back of the head rest on tops of the shoulder blades. Open your mouth wide. And then close your mouth. Coming back to the front. Your left ear to your left shoulder. So you tilt to the side. Extend the left hand out in line with the shoulder. Bend at the elbow, place the left palm just above the ear, and then begin to guide the ear a little bit closer. Right shoulder drops a little bit. And release the hand and comes back to the knee. Tilt the other way. Your right ear towards your right shoulder. Then extend your right arm out, bend at the elbow, place the palm, and guide the ear a little bit closer to the shoulder. Breathe. And release. Come back to the center. Lift the shoulders, roll them back, nice and slow. Good big circles with the shoulders. Lifting up, rolling back. Your palms are on your kneecaps. Lifting up, rolling back. Change the direction. Lifting up, rolling forward. Lifting up at the back. Rolling forward. One more. Lift. Roll. Coming back to the center. Stretch your hands out in front of you. Interlace the fingers. Palms are facing you. Push the hands away. And you can Pull the belly muscles in. So the shoulder blades at the back are moving away from each other. Breathe into the back of the rib cage. On the next exhalation, just turn at the wrists, show the palms to the camera. Push the palms away so the wrists open a bit. On an exhalation, lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Breath in, breathing out, push the palms a little bit further up. You attend to the wrists with a simple movement. Just bring the arms forward. You're going to scoop the air with your palms in front of you. Bring it up and then show the palms to the camera. One more. That's essential for the wrists and the fingers. You come back, palm facing away, take the hands up, push up, let the hands go a little bit further back. As you breathe out, scoop the air in front of you and show the palms. And release back out. Hand on each knee, collarbones lifting. Continue with the spine and the rib cage. So again, familiar postures. Right palm drops onto the outside of the right hip. Left shoulder, it comes as high and touches the ear as possible. Then begin to rotate. It's a different set of muscles being used. Looking at your left set of fingers, drawing that left hand up, sliding the right hand away from the hips, and dropping right down onto the right elbow. Then allow the opposite buttock to go back onto the mat. You're looking up. Your awareness is now in the left lung. Breathe in and hold. And side out. One more. Breathe in and hold. And release. Come back. Dropping the left palm on the outside of the left hip. Do all this nice and slow, engaging the body. Bring the shoulder up till you can touch the ear, and then rotate. Looking at your right set of fingers, begin to draw the right hand up, allowing the left palm to slide away. And if all is well, you drop onto your left elbow. Looking up, awareness into the right lung. Breath in and hold. And side out. In and hold. And release. Come back up. Hand on each knee. Collarbones rising. Our simple twist. Your right hand on your left knee. Shoulder, left hand forward, fingers wide, so every nerve in the arm is starting to work. Then draw the hand up towards the ceiling and rotating, keeping the fingers in pyramids, placing them onto the mat, pressing down onto that pyramid, get a proud posture. Your right palm, face it away. Breath into the belly, and as you breathe out, begin to rotate. And you're going to look over your left shoulder, but press the back of the right palm into the thigh. All the muscles in that arm, right arm, are active. Loosen up with the belly muscles. And go another millimeter or two around. And slowly come back. Hand on each knee. Collarbones lifting. Let the belly move as you breathe in and out. And we do the other side. Your left hand on the right knee. Show the right hand forward. fingers wide, and then rotate the whole shoulder joint. Gradually, all of that will come together. Shoulder, when it works well, it's a very easy posture. Pressing down into the pyramid, and then turn the left palm to face away. As you breathe out, begin to twist. Look over your right shoulder. Activate the left arm, pressing more so you know the muscles are working. A little bit further around as you breathe out. And slowly start to come back and adjusting the posture. Roy, this would be on one of the other ones which, when there is a back issue, to first start with stretching out all the muscles. So you're sitting on your block or edge of the block, move the feet forward by 3 or 4 inches, so you get till you get this box-like structure in the front. Palms go onto your shins, and using the strength in the arms, you start to lift the collarbones up, and your lower back is arching. If you've pinged a muscle in there, that will now speak. Yes, it will radiate some pain. Breath into the belly. You want to release that nerve, so start to rotate forward. Belly's going on between the thighs. And then halfway, you tuck your chin in, so the trapezius at the back of the neck is starting to stretch. Forehead is heading towards the mat, and so are the palms. Place the palms on the mat, walk the hands forward, and let the elbows come as close to or onto the mat if possible. Eyes are closed, and you simply allow the 5 layers of muscles below the skin before you see your spine. Let them stretch. If it feels right, you can extend that a bit more. 2 breaths. Next time you breathe out, pull the belly muscles in as hard as you can. So you breathe in, release the muscles, belly muscles. 1 more. Exhale. Squeeze the core of the body. And start to walk the hands back, come up with the spine, and pull the heels in. Hand on each knee, collarbones rising. Breathing in and out. And you observe your back, although it's being stretched, it's not radiating any pain or registering any pain. Good. We're going to work with some standing postures before we do our supine twist and thread the needle, however far we get. So in your own time, you sit back on the backs of your heels towards the very back of your mat. And allowing the hands to drop to the side. Just allowing the fronts of the feet. If first thing in the morning, it's not the easiest stretch, but the fronts of the feet, fronts of the ankle. If your arms are long enough, your thumbs are beginning to massage the arches of the feet. Shoulder blades come a little bit closer to each other. You exaggerate all that. Press the thumbs down into the arches if you're there. Good. Open the front of the body. Start to lean back a little bit. Plant your palms on the mat. Fingers are pointing towards the knees. Now, before we fill up the lungs, maybe try a bit more of a stretch on the fronts of the feet and the toes. So keeping the palms on the mat, start to lift the knees and the shins, and you're leaning back a little bit. fronts of the feet and the ankles are really stretching away. Then you come back down with the shins and the knee. Start to fill up to the very tops of your lungs and look up at the ceiling. And breathe. Tops of the lungs and hold your breath. And sigh the breath out, keep looking up. One more, tops of the lungs and hold your breath. And as you breathe out, start to come back up. Hold your feet on the sides of your hips. You're going to rotate forward into a child posture, Balasana. Belly onto the thighs, chin tucked in, eyes closed, forehead towards the mat, elbows towards the mat. Breathe against the pressure at the belly area, the lower parts of the lungs working. Then you start to lift your face, come up with the spine, hands by the side, shoulder blades coming towards each other. Good. We're moving into down face dog and floating into up face. You need to listen to your body. If there's any challenge in the wrists, and it doesn't feel right, it's perfectly okay to do down dog, up dog with your elbows on the mat. So just have a quick look. If the wrists were hurting, I would then do down face dog with onto my elbows and drop the crown of the head. And then floating into up face dog. Pubic bone, knees going down, and the front of the spine is opening. So from there, reach forward. If you're doing the normal down face dog, plant your palms on the mat, fingers nice and wide, tuck your toes onto the mat, and then straighten out the legs. If your wrists hurt at any time, drop down to the elbows. Let the crown of the head drop a little bit. Looking at your feet, bend the right knee, press the left heel, and hold that stretch. Bend at the left knee, press the right heel towards the mat. And then allow both the heels to go towards the mat. And the crown of the head goes towards the mat. Keep pushing the heels down. Let the shoulders do the work as well as you drop the head a bit more. And come down to your knees. Fronts of your feet go on the mat. Push back. Sit back on the backs of the heels. And the fronts of the feet stretching. So leaning back, palms, lift the knees and the shins, bringing the shoulder blades towards each other. Breathe. Coming back down with the shins and the knees. Walk the hands forward, come up onto your knees, plant your palms beyond your shoulders. Toes tuck onto the mat. Push the bum towards the heels. Now the shoulders are beginning to engage. And then lift the knees up and into down face dog. Pressing both the heels towards the mat. Crown of the head dropping a bit more. If it feels right, we go into the up face dog. Otherwise, you come down, sit back on the backs of your heels. Coming up on high heels, if you're taking up face dog, start to feed the body forward between the palms. Elbows are locked in. Roll over the toes. fronts of the feet. If need be, drop the knees. Otherwise, press into the palm, lift the knees off the mat, and look up through the eyebrows. Then with the breath, as you breathe out, roll over the toes, one at a time if need be. Back into down face dog, pushing the heels, letting the crown of the head drop to the mat. You come down to your knees, fronts of the feet on the mat, sitting back on the backs of the heels, let the hands go beyond your hips, fingers pointing towards the knees, lean back, lift the knees and the shins off the mat. Look up at the ceiling, look up through the eyebrows. You'll find the back wall. And come back, hand on each knee, sitting in an upright, nice straight spine, but knowing and feeling that the lumbar spine is arching, especially if you use the strength in your arms, lifting the collarbones up a little bit. Good. Now just stretch the spine out. So open the knees as wide as the mat, holding on to your knees or to your thighs. As you breathe out, you start to rotate forward. Belly going between the thighs, chin is tucked in, eyes are closed, forehead lands on the mat. Move the hands towards the top of the mat, get a good grip on the mat, and pull the palms, fingers, shoulders, and head away from the hips. Breathe, the belly is moving. Loosen up at the shoulders a little bit. Creep the hands forward another inch or so. Lift your face, look at your palms, come up onto your knees, tuck the toes onto the mat, push the bum towards the heels, and then lift up back into down face dog. Cycle the knees if you need to, let the head drop below the shoulder line. And slowly drop the right knee to the mat. Place the left foot between the palms. It's a familiar posture, but we add a little bit of difference to this. So knees, right knee is underneath the hip, left knee is in front of you. That's it. Both hands go onto the left knee. You press down with the palms and bring the torso as upright as possible. So your right hip flexors at the fronts of the hips are beginning to stretch. As you breathe out, you lunge forward with the left knee. As you breathe in, you come back. Exhale. Lunge and hold. Inhale, come back. Exhale. Lunge and hold. Drop both the hands by either side of the hips, palms facing in, fingers wide. Take your arms behind you as you breathe in. As you breathe out, rotate at the shoulders, follow the fingers, draw a line along the ceiling towards the back wall. Now stretch the hands up as you breathe in. Lunge a little bit at the front as you breathe out. One more. Breath in, reach up. Breathing out, bring both the palms to the left knee again. Palm on each knee. Left hand, extend it forward. Thumb is pointing up. And then holding on to the left knee with your right palm. Begin to rotate around, follow the left thumb around And go as far around as you can. Gazing at the left thumb from the corners of your eyes. And bring the left arm back. Plant both the palms on the inside of your left foot, palms on the mat. Then walk the palms towards the top of the mat. And the left heel is pressing into the mat. So now drop the right elbow to the mat and then guide the left elbow. It may or may not reach the mat. Eyes are closed. Observe the stretch in the back of the left thigh. And you start to press and come back up. Bring the palms back. And then tuck the right toes on the mat. Move the left palm to the outside of the left foot. Straighten out the right leg. And then kick back with the left, back into down face dog. Breathing in and out. Pressing the heels, pressing the crown of the head down. Do the other side. Drop the left knee to the mat. Place the right foot between the palms. Both hands go onto the right knee. You press down and bring the torso upright. 3 lunges. As you breathe out, lunge forward. Breathing in, come back. Breathing out, lunge forward. Breathing in, back. One more. Exhale. Forward. Keep the lunge on. Drop the hands to the side, palms facing in. Take the arms behind you as you breathe in. As you breathe out, again, rotate, follow the fingers, draw a line along the ceiling, look up through the eyebrows. Stretch the hands up as you breathe in. Lunge a little bit as you breathe out. One more. Breath in, stretch up. As you breathe out, bring the palms to the right knee. Both the palms. Now the left palm holds the right knee, right hand forward, thumb pointing up. As you breathe out, begin to rotate. Follow the right thumb, maintaining as much balance as possible. Through the edges of the eyes, you're looking at your right thumb. And bring the right palm back onto the right knee. Fold forward, drop both the palms on the mat on the inside of the right foot. Right heel remains pressing into the mat. Walk the palms forward, dropping the left elbow this time, and then beginning to guide the right elbow towards the floor. Some of you, maybe the forehead is already on the mat as well. Breathe into that stretch, back of the right thigh. And start to come back. Left right palm goes onto the outside of the right foot. Left toes, tuck them onto the mat. Straighten out the left leg and then kick back into down face dog. In and out. Crown of the head dropping towards the mat. Good. Down to your knees and sit back on the backs of the heels. Hands drop to the side. Shoulder blades come towards each other. Still want to work the legs a little bit before we return back to the spine, the hips and the shoulders. So two standing postures. In your own time, come up in a standing posture. In the center of your mat, you can turn to your left or right, as long as you got the full length of the mat, edge of the mat in front of you. I need to move my camera a little bit higher. So adjust yourselves. Just move it up a little bit. Good. Walk the legs wide. Hands are on the hips, elbows and shoulder blades coming towards each other. Do a little bit of pigeon toe, just to maintain the outer edges of the feet pressing into the mat. We're going to do warrior 2 and a half moon. This time, we're going to put some body weight onto the hip joint. So I'll talk you through warrior 2 first. Going to your right, bring your left foot in, good 25, 30 degrees. Rotate the right foot out by 90. Look at your right knee and start to bend at the right knee. Creep the foot forward till you know your right knee is above your right heel. Torso upright. Stretch out the right hand in line with the right shoulder. Engage with the neck. Turn your head. You're going to look over your left shoulder. Then extend the left hand out. Come back to the middle finger of the right hand. As you breathe out, you drop the hips, but tighten up the muscles in both the legs. Drop the hips, tighten up the muscles. Good. Your left hand goes behind your back, palm facing away. You're going to lean forward and drop the right palm towards the top right-hand corner of your mat. Towards it, not necessarily there. You keep looking down, but move the left leg forward, tip-toe forward. Once the balance is all there, then lift the left leg off the floor. Release the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then, if it feels right, turn and look to the side. Let the body weight be on the standing leg. Look at the floor. Left hand goes behind your back. And slowly begin to bend your right knee till the left foot drops to the mat. Crook off the ankle and release, come back up. Toes pointing forward, hands on the hips. Breath in and out. Let the breathing settle down. It tells you how much work is going on in the body. Continue, do the other side. Your right foot comes in, left foot rotates out. You begin to bend at the left knee and that critical point, knee over the left heel. Extend the left hand out in line with the shoulder. Turn your head, you're going to look up over your right shoulder. Extend the right hand out, open the fingers wide. Come back to the middle finger of the left hand. Drop the hips when you breathe out, tighten up the leg muscles, both the legs. Drop the hips as you breathe out, tighten up the muscles. Your right hand goes behind your back, palm facing away. You start to lean forward this time. You're going to drop the left palm, left fingers over towards the left side of your mat. Tippy toe with the right leg forward. Find a point where you feel you're nicely balanced. And then lift the right leg up. And release the right hand up. For a few breaths, risk your balance. Look at the floor. Place the right hand behind your back. Slowly bend at the left knee till the right foot drops. Release. Heel toe or feet walk and into Tadasana. Arches of the feet are lifting, shoulders rolling back, palms facing forward. In and out. Good. From there, we will focus on the spine and the four major joints, hips and shoulders. Lie back down, looking up at the ceiling. So we start with our supine twist. Lying down. If the lower back is still challenged, keep the knees bent. It will go, it will all release in time. So you're there. If it feels right, stretch the legs out, turn the palms to face up so you know the shoulders at the front are rolling away from each other. Breathing in and out. There's more coming. You know the core of your body is going to work. With your eyes closed, you simply cruise through the body, below the skin, belly area, below the skin at the hip joints, thoracic spine, lungs, heart, cervical spine, neck, you know it's worked, rotated, folded forward, back, sideways. And then the shoulder joints. Gently open your eyes. And this is simply to remind you, anytime there is any challenge in the lumbar spine or anywhere in the spine, or the hips are hurting because you've walked a long distance or cycled a lot, supine twist. In my case, that's an answer to all. I do a lot of walking. Every now and then I have to finish with the supine twist. So, knowing the posture, understanding, but now going below the skin to see what is happening in the body. Bend at the knees, plant your feet on the mat. Feet you know are hip width apart. Pull the belly button down towards the spine and feel the lumbar spine sinking into the mat. Then you let go of the belly muscles and the lumbar spine arch is reestablished. Arms go wide in line with the shoulders. Right foot placed on top of the left knee, guiding the right knee away from your face first. And then on an exhalation, both the knees towards the right elbow. Twisting slowly, you know, from the left armpit all the way to where your right foot is. Everything is stretching. Stretching, in my book, is release. Release of what? Tension within the muscles, release of fluids within the muscles and the nerves and the tendons and the ligaments. So let that cleansing take place. Extend that to back muscles. Left leg straightens out. Take it all the way towards the right side of your mat. If possible, drop the toes to the floor. If there is a cramp, you come back out into knees bent, feet on the mat. Otherwise, hold the posture. See if the left toes can go a little bit further up. Very good. And bring the left foot, keep the knee bent, plant it into the center of the mat, continue to twist at the spine and take both the knees towards the left elbow. And your right toes will drop to the floor. The right foot will drop to the floor. Then reach with the left hand and begin to guide the right knee towards the floor. And you know that is working the lumbar spine area, the glutes. More interested in the muscles below the glutes. After the 3 layers of the glutes, you have 5 muscles between the top of the thigh and the back of your hip. The main muscle there, the central one, is piriformis. The sciatic nerve travels below the piriformis, and that's where it gets trapped from time to time. And you start to feel the tingling in the thighs and the toes. This would be a way to release. Pull the knee down a little bit. We attend to the top right-hand side of your chest. Open the right fingers wide and allowing the right arm to drift up towards 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And if all is well, you're up at 12. Right armpit all the way down towards where your palm is pulling the knee towards the floor. Next exhalation, deliberately push the right fingers away from the right shoulder. Breathe, belly is moving. And start to bring the right arm back in line with the right shoulder. Stay there for this morning. Turn your head, look to your left. And straighten out the right leg. Support the back of the knee with the left palm. That's it. Allow the right knee to lock in as much as possible. Push the right heel, pull the right toes towards your face. And then use the strength in the left arm to draw the toes towards the crown of your head. Move the toes. Doesn't matter if it's only an inch. Sometimes it's more than that. But let the muscles around the lumbar spine, let them work away, stretching in this case. Stretching is cleansing, releasing. Little bit more with the right toes. And let go. Keep the knees bent, plant your feet on the mat. Arms remain wide in line with the shoulders. Eyes are closed, and you just go and study the left and right hip region. Knowing, feeling, observing, acknowledging. Our muscles get looser when you stretch them. And we do the other side. Your left foot on the right knee. Guiding the left knee away from your face a little bit. Opening that left hip joint. And then on an exhalation, both the knees towards the left elbow as you twist at the spine. And really allow the weight of the left foot to continue to guide the inside of the knee towards the floor. Breathe, belly moving. On the next exhalation, straighten out the right leg, let it go to the left side of your mat and guide the right toes to land on the floor, or even the whole of the right foot goes onto the floor. It's a different stretch of the muscles along the spine. Bring the right foot back to the center of the left foot, back to the center of your mat. Continue to twist at your spine. Take both the knees towards the right. Left toes, when they land on the floor, you reach with the right hand and begin to guide the inside of the left knee towards the floor. Close your eyes for the next few breaths. Let the belly move as you breathe in and out. But your awareness is now the entire lumbar spine, the left hip joint, the whole of your digestive system. And by that I mean the intestines and the organs. Liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the spleen, the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Keep pulling the knee down, engage with the left set of fingers, open them wide, keep contact with the floor and begin to draw the left arm up towards 12 o'clock. I know all three of you well experienced, so go all the way to 12, upper arm by the side of your face. As you breathe out, push the fingers away from the shoulder. Slowly bring the left arm back in line with the left shoulder. Turn your head, look to your right, and then begin to straighten out the left leg. Supporting the back of the knee with the right palm. And at first, just focus on trying to lock the knee in. You know the hamstrings are tight. Once you've gone as far as you can with the knee, then push the heel away, pull the toes towards your face. You feel the Achilles tendon at the back of the heel. And then use the strength in the right arm to draw the toes a little bit further up towards the crown of the head. Breathe, shallow move breaths, but belly is moving. Little bit more with the toes. And release. Keep the knees bent, plant your feet on the mat, take your hands slightly away from the hips, palms are turned up, eyes are closed, and then join the soles of the feet and let the knees drop to either side. Breathe, belly is nice and loose. Allow the knees to drop a little bit more towards the floor when you breathe out. Coming back to the center, bring the knees together. We're going to engage the whole spine and the muscles at the front. I'm going to practice this one with you, so I'm just moving my camera a little bit. We have done these postures before, so bring both the knees to your chest, cross your ankles, and grab hold of the big toes. You're coming at the big toes from outside your knees. Back of the head goes onto the mat. It may come off as you work away at it, but as you breathe out, start to show the soles of the feet to the ceiling. And then engage the core muscles and continue slowly to take the toes way beyond your head. Takes a while. Close your eyes. Just guide. You know the core of your body is squeezing. The back of your body is stretching. Wherever you are, let go of the toes, open your eyes, one arm at a time. Take the hands up towards the ceiling. Palms, open them wide. Tops of the shoulders are pushing into the mat. Lift your legs to at least 45 degrees, and really allowing the back of the head, tops of the shoulders, tops of your shoulder blades to press into the mat. Bend at the knees slightly, let the toes go back beyond your head. Go and grab hold of the big toes. And then nice and slow, walk the spine down. Keep hold of the big toes. When the hips are on the mat, you push the knees away from your face. Keep hold of the big toes, outer edges of the feet go to the mat. Push the knees away. Breath in and out. Let go of the big toes, plant your palms on the mat, bring the knees towards each other, uncross the ankles, and we go into Satubandha, the bridge posture. Remember that forward bend was squeezing everything. Now we stretch it out. Reach down, touch the backs of your heels. Palms will remain on the mat. As you breathe out, start to push the pubic bone up, going into the bridge posture. Pay attention to your knees. If anything not right, you roll back down. If it feels right, interlace the fingers, shuffle at the shoulders, bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Weight onto the left heel, shoot the right leg up. Bring the right foot back down. Breath in, breathing out, shoot the left leg up. Bring it back down. Release the fingers, walk the spine back to the floor. Unshuffle at the shoulders and bring both the knees to the chest. Put your arms around the tops of the shins. And as you breathe out, bring the forehead up towards the knees. Extend that a little bit, reach out, grab hold of the outer edges of your feet. And bring the forehead closer to the knees. And let go of the feet, head goes back down, plant the feet on the mat. Stretch the legs out. Turn the palms to face up. You're back into your familiar relaxation posture. Breath in, the belly button lifts. Breathing out, belly button towards the spine. Good. So we simply move to the upper parts of the spine in your own time. Bring your knees to the chest. You roll to any one side. Go and sit back on the backs of the heels. We're going to do our thread the needle, Vajrayasana, towards the very back of your mat. Sitting on the backs of the heels, getting ready for, in my book, one of the finest postures that I know, or I have worked with all my yoga life. Hands drop to the side. Make sure there's nothing on the sides of yours. So I've got a block here. I just move it away in case I lose balance. So be fussy about that one. Make sure there's nothing on the side. Hands by the side and begin to open your knees as wide as the mat. All the fingers and the thumbs grab hold of the quadricep muscles. It's worth working these because they help track the kneecaps properly. Strong quads always help the knees. So you breathe out, you start to lift your bum away from the heels and you know your thigh muscles are working. Once you come upright, fold forward, plant your palms on the mat. Big toes are touching, knees is wide. Your right hand, let it walk behind the left along the floor till your right shoulder drops to the mat. You turn your head and bring the chin as close to the left shoulder as you can. Thoracic and cervical spine on the move. Release the left hand up. Open the fingers wide and let the fingers disappear a little bit from peripheral vision. Breathe, belly is moving. Second level, right toes go towards the edge of the mat and then the left leg, it straightens out. Left toes towards the side of the mat, straighten out the left leg. Back of the left hand is going towards the floor behind you. If it feels right, begin to lift the left leg to somewhere around 45 degrees. Bend at the left knee, reach with the left hand, find the foot, and guide the left knee away from your face a little. Right foot begins to come up and finds the knee, arch and the knee contact. That's when you release the left foot, straighten out the left leg, and take the left hand beyond your head, back of the palm on the floor. And start to release nice and slow. It's literally unwinding the body as much as possible. And sit back on the backs of the heels, keep the knees wide. Hands drop to the side. In and out. Great opportunity to study the body. Is there anything in the body needing or calling for attention? If there isn't, you acknowledge the benefit of such a posture. And we do the other side. Again, grab hold of the quads. In your own time, start to lift your bum away from the heels, coming as upright as you can. Folding forward, planting your palms on the mat. And then your left hand walks behind the right. Shoulder drops, chin comes close to the right shoulder. And then release the right hand up, knowing this is our level one. Allowing this neck and the thoracic spine, the rib cage area to really open up. Second level, right toes towards the edge of the mat. Tuck them onto the mat and straighten out your leg. On the next exhalation, if you wish to take it further, lift the right leg up towards 45 degrees or near enough. Bend at the right knee, reach, grab hold of the front of the foot and push the knee away from your face a bit. The left foot begins to come up. Find the arch and the knee connection there. Releasing the right foot and releasing the right hand to go beyond your head. And slowly start to unwind and sit back on the backs of your heels towards the back of your mat, with the whole mat in front of you. Lift the shoulders, roll them back. Hands, if the arms are long enough, massage the arches of your feet. Otherwise, just let the hands hang. Not everybody's got long arms. In and out. Okay. I think that's enough for this morning in the asanas, in the physical movements. We move to our pranayama. So in your own time, if you need to, put your warm things on, find yourself in our how we started, comfortable sitting posture with crossed legs. We will be going into relaxation after the pranayama sequence. So if you're covering yourself, get your blankets, place them onto the side. And when you lie down, you can cover yourselves up. Finding initially good sitting upright posture. Take your time, get yourselves together. That's it. Once you're there, go back into this ritual. Backs of the wrists, simply building neural pathways in your brain. This is how I sit when I am moving from one limb of yoga into another. Asanas is the physical part. Pranayama, a little bit more esoteric, to do with the lungs and the entire breathing system. As you close your eyes, join up the index fingers and the thumbs. See if the shoulders can drop 1 millimeter or so away from the ears. It's a good opportunity to observe the body. There is nothing in the body needing or calling for attention. I'm interested in the absence of any need, any trapping of nerves, any muscle asking for more. My body and my mind are at ease. We're going to continue to work with our breathing sequence. This morning is Nadi Sodhana, the alternate nostrils breathing. That affects the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is one of the most important nerves outside the brain. It emanates from the brain, and every branch of the vagus nerve is in contact with every organ in the body. Nadi Sodhana allows the free flow of electricity through the nerve. So the communication between the organs and the brain have a clear path. Eyes are closed, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, bring the middle finger and index finger into the palm. Bend at the elbow, place the thumb and ring finger just touching the outsides of the nostrils. Awareness begins to shift towards the nostrils. We start Nadi Sudhana with a complete exhalation through both the nostrils. Exhale fully, pull the belly muscles in. Then you close the thumb nostril, breathe in through the ring right to the top. Close the ring nostril, open the thumb, breathe out. Pulling in the belly muscles a little bit. Breathe in through the thumb. Close the thumb, breathe out through the ring. That's one round. We do 4 more. Nice and slow. Breathe in through the ring to the top. Close the ring, breathe out through the thumb right to the bottom. Breathe in through the thumb. Close the thumb, breathe out through the ring. Three more. Breath in through the ring. Close the ring, breathe out through the thumb. Breathe in through the thumb. Close the thumb, breathe out through the ring. 2 more rounds, slow but deep. In through the ring to the top. Change over, breathe out through the thumb. Breathe in through the thumb. Close, breathe out through the ring. Right to the end. 1 more. Breathe in right to the top. Close, breathe out. Breathe in to the top. Close and breathe out. And release the hands back to the knees. Keep the eyes closed. Gaze at the tip of your nose behind closed eyelids. And acknowledge both the nostrils are open. Acknowledging the correlation. Shallow breaths. That tells you the body is full of energy, just needs that little bit for its maintenance levels. With all the work you've done, shallow breaths. More important in my book is the smoothness of the breath. That's telling me that there is no physical stress left in the body. Every stretch, every flex, every tightening of the muscles, every bone loading sequence we do simply removes physical tension. Joints, tendons, ligaments, muscles, arteries, veins, and the nerves. Lovely. Gently open your eyes, and then in your own time, you're going to lie down. If you're using your blankets, cover yourselves up. If not, just stretch out. Pay attention to lower back, as always, acknowledging. If the body speaks, you acknowledge. The lower back is not comfortable, knees bent, feet on the mat. Till the lower back is at ease. And then you consider stretching the legs out with your heels, find the edges of your mat. As the feet flop a bit to the side, you know the ball and socket joints at the hips, the knee joints, and the ankle joints. Complete neutral stance. Your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Fronts of the shoulders rolling away from each other. Chin slightly tucked in. And awareness to the nostrils. Cool air going in. Slightly warm air coming out. Just allowing the body to relax into the mat. Allowing your thought processes, your mind, to accept that your body is at complete ease. When there is no tension or any feeling within the muscle structure, then you know the body is emanating or showing good health. The muscles work well. They support all the organs and all the joints and the associated services, nerves, arteries, veins, capillaries. Throughout the body, miles upon miles of arteries and veins, miles of nerves. Let the shoulders deliberately move a little bit further away from your ears. Shuffle the palms down a bit. Wonderful posture. Heels, calf muscles, hips and the buttocks in line with the calf muscles and the heels. All those in line with the shoulder blades and the back of your head. Observe the natural arches of the spine. Back of your neck is slightly off the mat. And so is the lumbar spine in its natural arch. Breathing in and out. Good. Keeping your eyes closed. Roll your head to any one side and allow that ear to touch the mat and hold the contact. And then you rotate at the neck and guide the other ear to go and touch the mat. Coming back to the center, you gently blink open your eyes. Keep the blankets on if you're using blankets, but bring both the knees to the chest. Wrap your arms around the tops of your shins. And as you breathe out, bring the forehead up towards the knees, and your awareness goes to where your body weight is at the moment. Let the bones in the spine be loaded, strengthening the bones. No osteoporosis for you guys. Bring the forehead a bit closer as you use the strength in your arms at the shins. Keep hold of the shins. Let the head slowly go back down. And then begin to rock from side to side. Keep contact with the muscles that are being massaged at the moment. Once you're there, you begin to visualize below those muscles, towards the spine, either side of the spine. The kidneys, left and right, massage them as well. Go to the head side of the kidneys. Acknowledge the glands that are attached to the kidneys, the adrenals. Adrenaline being one of the 51 different enzymes and chemicals that come out of the adrenal glands to manage the body. Coming back to the center, release the shins, plant your feet on the mat, eyes are open in your own time. Roll to any one side, come up in a sitting posture. Unmute so we can have a bit of chat. I'll put us all on gallery. That's good. Well done. All good, Diane?
Yes, thank you.
Very
A couple of things I couldn't do, but I can't do that crossing your legs over and going back. I can't. That's a step too far. I used to be able to do it more, but I can't do it.
Remember that statement. I used to be able to do it. At least you were doing it. Yes. I feel that with any posture that starts to become a challenge, there was a time. Okay. In my case, my body maturing, the balance is challenged.
I've got to roll back. I've got to give myself a push back. I can't do it with my hands, on crossed over on my feet. I've got to go back and then I can go there, but I can't do that. Pulling myself back.
That's what you do. That's what you do. Let the back of the neck stretch. Core muscles will work. For you to make a swing the legs, you still have to use. Yes. It's variation. There's nobody taking pictures and passing you or giving you certificates or anything. No. This is a self-management. Remember? I really buy into that. Yoga teachers, yogis are all front line of the NHS. Our hips are fine, knees are fine, and the spine is fine, breathing is good. We don't need the NHS. Let others go to the NHS. Let others go to the doctors. Let's see if you can actually get to a doctor these days. So we've got that challenge coming. I mean, I don't know what happened to a normal doctor who was ready to give some advice. No, they're all behind the screen somewhere. Well, that's the future. Well, I don't buy into needing somebody else to manage our bodies. Yeah, if I'm in a car accident, I need something. If I fall off, I need somebody. Otherwise, are my fingers working? For my arthritis? I don't want it. So what do? My wrists, my elbows. We modify. Remember down face dog with the elbows, bending the fingers back. Be the weird one. When you're sitting there doing that in a crowd of friends, they'll ask you, what are you doing? That's half an hour discussion from you to them, isn't it? I have a weird yoga teacher who does this, and you see his little finger, it's almost sickening, but the inner joints are opening. That's where arthritis always starts, in the inner joints of the fingers, and then to the toes, and then to the rest of the body. It's not a disease. You can't catch it, but it manifests. It's the same as everything else. If we eat too much, we put weight on. If we don't walk, our legs hurt. What? If we walk, our legs feel better. That's my sermon for this morning. Sandra, you're getting that every Friday, something or the other.
Yeah. It's fine.
Always. Fine. You see, we have to. We do so much. We own so much. We have houses. Some of us have nice caravans by the side of the river. Some of us have houses elsewhere. But none of that will matter when it comes to personal health. You go to the river to breathe in clean air, don't you? You feel the quietness of the area. This is what we worked all our life for. All four of us in here are done with work, I think. Yeah. I'm the only weird one still hanging on to my school as my...
There's no point in working.
You're no longer working, are you, Sandra?
No, working hard, earning money, and when you retire, able to enjoy it.
Your internet is breaking up. So.
Here and there.
We get it. You have worked your life most of the time, as has Roy and as has Diane. we are now at a point where, no, let others get and go and do the work. We work on ourselves. Am I right, Diane?
Mm.
Roy, we work on
Gotcha.
ourselves. You know how to do things. You're already cycling, friends, pubs, coffee shops, whatever. Whenever there is a backache, lie down. Do the things that are, and we've done them so many times, I think they are really drilled into the brain, aren't they?
Mm.
The neural pathways. I like the repetitive bit because that's the only way I learned. Doing things again and again and again, and feeling, observing the benefits. So that's good. All of you have a lovely weekend. It's going to be nice and warm.
Mm.
Lovely to see you. This has been recorded. I'll put it on the Patreon as soon as I can. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go and enjoy.
Thank you.